One concept was borrowed from Second World War time. United States President Eisenhower made a matrix for a war purpose that was suitably adapted, and this particular matrix is made for speaking about the time management. Here you can see on the left side top, you can see that there is quadrant number 1, which includes certain things which are urgent and which are important as well. On the second quadrant, you have got those things which are not urgent but they are important. So if you just look at these two, what they could be, urgent and important are those things which are crisis situations. You need to do, and it's important. You need to do. There is no other go. You have to run, chase someone, get the things done. Pressing problems. You have deadline by tomorrow. You need to finish the task today. So all those things are coming under this first quadrant. Urgent and also important. So you cannot do away with them. You need to find a solution and try to find a way to come out of them. So it's more like something is burning, you are putting out the fire. So it's all firefighting. What will happen to you? You will have burnout, you will have stress. But these are important things. You cannot say, I don't do these things. You have to do these things. But on the other hand, if you are in that green circle, you have got important things, but they are not urgent. So naturally, what will be those things? Those things which are more of preventive type, like, for example, your own health checkup, preventive health checkup. Before you get sick, you go and have regular checkup with the doctor. You try to build relations with other people. You are spending time for planning and organizing things well, planning well ahead, and then doing your things peacefully without so much of pressure or stress in your mind. So these are those things. That's why these are also important. You can see both quadrant 1 and quadrant 2 on the top half, both are important. That's why they are at the top. But on one side, one is urgent, on the other side, they are not urgent. So which is beneficial for you? Those things which are not urgent but are important, isn't it? Because you can plan them well and do them well. On the other hand, if people are ineffective, what happens? There is this third quadrant on the left and there is a fourth quadrant on the right. Both of them are below, and both of them are below. Just understand that both of them are not important. But the third quadrant, which is shown in orange, is urgent but not important. You are doing your work, you suddenly get phone calls, you need to attend them. You get some emails from your bosses, whether it's your priority or not, but if bosses tell you to do something, you need to do that. So there are certain things which you cannot avoid, but you still need to do, and you need to spend some time. So those are urgent tasks but not very important for you. There are some meetings, there are some popular activities, like your office is conducting something, whether you like it or not, you being the part of the office must participate. So there are certain things which always are not in your control, which will still fall on you, and you need to do that. And there is this bottom right quadrant, which is the most useless thing of all these things. You see, there is this quadrant fully filled with activities which are not urgent and not important. Trivial matters, gossip talk in the office, in personal life, discussing about politics, all time wasters, any activity that is wasting your time. Quadrant number 4. And then pleasure activities. You keep talking to other people. You speak hours and hours together, working in your office, spending time at coffee machine instead of sitting at your place and work. Yes, relaxation is important. You need to relax 5 minutes in a day, maybe 2-3 times, but not hours together discussing at coffee point or going to restaurants, having get-togethers, doing all these pleasureful activities. Yes, once in a while, it's okay for any birthday party or maybe some anniversary function. But if this is your lifestyle, then what are you doing? And there will be more explanation about this in the next session, because this is where we are discussing too much in detail and trying to understand how we can put our life in the right track. Once we understood that now we are the leaders, we have got the principles of personal vision, we have got the principles of personal leadership. Now this is the habit we need to master and understand that most of the times our life shall be spent in the top 2 quadrants and predominantly in the second quadrant, to some extent in the first quadrant, to the least possible in the third quadrant. And if you can entirely eliminate it, eliminate the fourth quadrant. So Q1 maybe 5 to 10%, Q2 85 to 90%, Q3 maybe 5% max, Q4 less than 1%. If you manage your time in this fashion, of course you will follow that effectiveness in your life, because you personally will know that you are spending most of your time in the second quadrant when things are not becoming urgent, and you are taking your actions well on time, so that those things in your Q2 quadrant never jump into the first quadrant. You see, sometimes the important things, if you neglect, which generally should be in Q2 quadrant, if you neglect, they jump into Q1. Once they jump into Q1, you are under pressure. You need to do. Example, you are neglecting your health. You know that if you are, for example, if you are walking every day, you are doing yoga every day, you are eating right food, then you are already taking care of your health. So you are planning your day properly, sleeping well, eating good food, doing exercise, doing walking, doing relaxation techniques like meditation, pranayama, and other things, yoga. So nothing happens to you. Maybe once in a while you fall sick, but not always. Most of the time you remain healthy. That is Q2 activity. You have a lot of your time saved, money saved, energy saved, but you neglect this. That means you are not caring about this. Eventually you lose your health. You invite other problems. Then suddenly your health becomes so critical that you need to go and admit in the hospital, isn't it? So any activity in the Q2 quadrant, because that is important, if you neglect, it will fall into Q1. Then it becomes even more important, it becomes urgent, and that will cause you to do the firefighting. So why to go to firefighting by yourself? If the external situations demand, sometimes yes, you cannot avoid the firefighting, but Q2 activities are those activities which we understood that those are in our circle of influence. So whereas Q1 and Q3, sometimes there are activities coming from external sources which are from circle of concern. So to some extent, that's the reason Q1 cannot be avoided. Q3 sometimes cannot be avoided, but Q2 you must focus and you must always spend your time there. And Q4, please, if you want to be a good leader and a manager, never do these things or do this less than 1% of your time. So that's the message about the whole time management matrix. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. See you in the next video.